So this year has been transformational for me. Welcome our lovely baby girl, and I become a mom for the first time. Sounds dreamy, isn't it? Well, buckle up. Well, the happiness is 100% real, so are the struggles. Think of it as a sudden plot twist nobody warns you about in the parenting movie trailer. Today I'm gonna reflect on the past 3 months. The first trimester, the first 3 months after the baby was born. The newborn stage is a special time for some parents to figure out how to take care and handling a little human being, and also wondering if I'm staring at my own survival reality show. What I wish I knew before the first trimester. So let me start about all the new parenting advices we got from prenatal classes or any other resources. I think those things tends to really focus on the glamorous stuff, like choosing the perfect outfit for the newborn or making a Pinterest-worthy birth plan. Well, those things are good to have or good to know, but essentially everyone conveniently forgot to mention that in the first 3 months, you're basically gonna feel like a sleep-deprived zombie on a roller coaster. Sleepless night. Before giving birth, I thought I understand what does it mean to have not enough sleep. But the reality is you will not have any sleep at all. Baby constantly feeling very insecure, especially for newborns. And for my baby, she wakes up every 1.5 and 2 hours throughout the night. And they need a constant cuddling and comforting to make them feel much better into the mood to go to sleep. Once I spent 4 hours trying to put her into bed, adding all the physical exhaustions on top of my laboring recovery, really at the brink of collapse. Second, breastfeeding. Once you have given birth, the midwife will cheerfully tell you breast milk is the best food for your baby and how natural it is to have your baby latch on your nipple and just start breastfeeding. Well, they didn't mention that the natural is actually a naturally painful chaos. Well, everyone has a different situation. For me, the first 2 weeks is full of painful tears. I was engorged, feverish, and also need to recover from my C-section wound. All of that, at the same time, I need to try to convince my tiny, demanding baby that we're on the same team. Well, the spoiler is she didn't buy it. So lastly, let's talk about self-doubt. It sneaks in on those quiet and then also quiet moments, especially when you're alone with your baby. I was once holding my baby and thinking, am I even capable of doing all this? When you are sleep deprived and need to figuring out what does this little human being want, it's easy to feel like you are failing whatever expectations from society or your own expectations on yourself. Let me tell you something, you're not. You are just learning, and so are your baby. And then things becoming better and better over time. Starting from she burped on demand and slept for the 6 hour in a row for the first time. Oh my god, 6 hours in a row. I feel like I just won the parenting lottery. I'm not making this video to scare you, but to remind you that you would like my first 3 months. There are 5 things that I wish I'd done differently. First, ask for help and accept it. I'm beyond grateful for my mom and in-laws who were here to support me. But I also got stuck in this weird mindset that I'm the mom, I have to do everything. So let me say through the trouble, don't do this. Parenting is a marathon, not a sprint. Let others help. Take your time for the shower, for a cup of tea, even just any random things that can make you feel slightly better. Les Brown said this well, ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. Second, be informed, but don't overwhelm yourself. It's easy to fall into the comparison trap. Then you start scrolling social media feeds, Googling, and watching YouTube videos. Before you even know it, you're convinced that your baby's hiccups are a sign of apocalypse. My advice, take a deep breath. I find ChatGPT useful for most of the situations, but for serious concern, seek professional help. Otherwise, you're doing just fine. Third, making repetitive tasks fun. The first trimester is full of repetitive tasks. Burping, feeding, changing nappies. After a while, I feel like I'm living in a loop. Taking James Clear's idea of habit stacking, I started listening to podcasts while breastfeeding and playing my favorite songs while rocking the baby to sleep. Sometimes a bit of positive distraction works like a pacifier for me and it keeps me going. Okay, it's too long song. Fourth, observe pattern and be flexible. Babies are unpredictable. Around 3 months mark, my baby started developing her own routine, and that makes my life a little easier. I started to observe her cues and adjust my schedule to her. Trust me, being a cooperative parent is a lot less stressful than trying to outsmart your baby. Fifth, avoid overbuying baby gears. Here's the fun fact. A baby doesn't care about a fancy toy or elaborated gadgets. All they need are food, comfy clothes, and loving parents. Looking back, I wish I hadn't fallen into the consumerism trap and buying a lot of unnecessary stuff. My advice is to start with the basics and add as you go. Your baby will let you know what they like. And trust me, it is usually not that $100 swing. Raising a tiny human is challenging, but it is the most rewarding thing I've ever done. The fourth trimester taught me not only my baby is growing, so am I. I learned to be more flexible, more patient, and occasionally more forgiving of myself. If you are a first-time mom or about to enter this phase, the tough days don't last forever, and every little victory, such as a perfectly burped baby or a 6-hour nap, worth celebrating. Thanks for watching, and if this video made you feel less alone, please like, comment, and subscribe.